Well, hello there, Libra. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we're doing a special reading to celebrate the spring equinox on March 20th and the new moon in Aries today on March 21st. Even if you're in the southern hemisphere, this reading is good for you. So we're going to take a look at how this new moon in Aries is going to affect you over the next 6 months. So it's actually going to take place in your 7th house of committed relationships, contracts, and agreements. So you'll be reviewing over the next 6 months which connections are in alignment with your dreams and which connections are not. So we'll be taking a look at the overall energy first, and then we're going to go into a deeper dive with the tarot to see what lessons you may have learned over the last 6 months that will help you with this transit. And then we'll also take a look at what steps you can take to better align yourself with your goals and dreams. And then we're going to also take a look at what new opportunities are coming onto your path, and finally where you will be in 3 months in June and then 6 months in September. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. And if you're enjoying the content that I create, Libra, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider liking, commenting, subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ah, this is beautiful. Libra, I'm so excited for you. Okay. On the bottom, we have Magician and the Mirror. Okay, so you have that Magician energy, really manifesting, okay, out of a sense of appreciation. Instead of perhaps, because I know this has been in your reading a little bit lately, an energy of where you are kind of having, manifesting out of a lack, a sense of a lack, okay? And so there is this energy of really and truly door to value, right? Bringing new things, new opportunities onto your path to help you to manifest what it is that you want, but also being truly grateful for what is coming on. And part of it could be that you are looking at the past as far as what you may have lost, okay? And then recognizing at the same time what it is that you would like to create in the future. No longer focusing on the past, but really turning your energy towards the future. So we have overcoming obstacles and nothing is wasted. Yes, I feel like you have been through quite a bit, Libra. So it's understanding that the obstacles that you have overcome, the time, the energy, the love, the resources that you have spent on something, okay, has not been a waste. That you have gained either wisdom, insight, or just a new sense of yourself and what it is that you want out of life through those experiences. So let's take a look at what the insight that you have gained in the last 6 months. So this is really interesting. We have Caring Connection and the Two of Cups, okay? It's kind of interesting because I'm trying to segue back here into your 7th house of committed relationships, contracts, and agreements, right? I think you're looking, okay, even after over the last 6 months, you've been kind of like looking at what it is that you want in committed relationships. You could have you could have started a new relationship, or if you're in a relationship, you could have been looking at that a little bit. And I feel like that is coming into play as you move forward. Just this energy of like say you've been single, but you've been kind of contemplating, what is it I want in a relationship? Why is this important to me? What is it that, I'm wanting from a relationship? What am I willing to give to a relationship? Yeah. So you have the Magician, you have the 8 of Cups, and then you have the Hermit energy. I feel like for some of you, you've been wanting to walk away from a relationship, okay? But you have to literally walk away to be solitary for some time. And once again, this doesn't have to be, it could be family members, it could be a romantic connection, it could even be a business partner. It's kind of this energy of this is what I have, or this is what I thought I wanted, and now you're having a new look at it. You're gaining wisdom. I feel like you've gained, if you have been in a relationship, or you've been dating, or you have been working with some people that you thought that you really would want to be with for a long time. I wouldn't be surprised if you're trying to manifest a way out of it, you know, like wanting these connections to change, or if you're kind of like trying to manifest a new connection. Part of the problem could be is that you were kind of concentrating on what you didn't want in a relationship instead of what you did want in a relationship. And I think that that is what's changing, is that you're gaining this extra wisdom, insight about how to manifest relationships, and perhaps what it is that you want those relationships to look like. I mean, that's pretty profound kind of wisdom that you have gained. And, you know, it could be that you have changed a lot since 2008 when Pluto entered Capricorn. And later this week, okay, Pluto moves into Aquarius. That energy is really coming out in these readings. I feel like what you may have thought you wanted in relationships, okay, in family, in business connections, has changed significantly since 2008. And what you're recognizing is, yeah, I've been manifesting. I think maybe if you've been trying to manifest a new relationship or business situation for yourself lately, what you're recognizing is that you were still manifesting from something that you were in 2008 instead of who you are now. Understanding that who you are now is so different than who you were in 2008. But you could have been trying the same, I don't know, like manifestation tactics, or trying to attract in people that fit that older version of Libra instead of this new modern version of Libra. So let's see where this goes. Let's see what steps can you take to align yourself with your true desires. Yeah, it's coming into balance with your freedom of who you were in the past, of the types of connections that you had in the past. You know, the Nine of Pentacles is a single lady card, but it's really about freedom and independence, not just in a relationship, but also finding your independence in what it is that you want in a relationship, or what you are willing to give in a relationship. That has changed significantly, but I almost feel like there's this energy of not truly recognizing that that you're different. So it's time to start manifesting for new partnerships, new commitments that are different than what you have had in the past. Yeah, because you're reviewing which connections are in alignment with your dreams. You know, I feel like you may have had connections, because Libra, everybody loves you, right? You could have had connections in the past, but what you're recognizing is that they weren't in alignment with who you are or who you are wanting to become. It's taking another look at that, but also recognizing, wait a minute, I'm okay by myself, or I am okay moving my energy, moving my thinking, okay, my manifesting goals, okay, my dreams of who I want to bring in. I am also willing to pull myself away from the 2008 version of myself, which I feel is really coming into play right now. It's kind of like 2008. It just seems like we're almost like reliving it. Okay, for those of you that, you know, were around in 2008, it's almost kind of like looking at the connections that you had in 2008 and the connections that you are wanting now, and asking yourself, okay, are they too much in alignment with each other? Because you're not the person you were in 2008. So it's kind of like, okay, wait a minute. Maybe I've just dragged along this energy of wanting a connection based on who I was instead of who I am now. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, the Empress, Seven of Cups, Temperance. Yeah, here is your energy with the Empress. You know, I think you are confused. It's about taking your time, recognizing that it's okay if you are single for a little bit, right? It's okay to really pull your energy away and figure out, take your time to figure out, no longer be confused, but take time to figure out who you are. Find that balance within yourself, allowing yourself to have a little bit. It's really about giving yourself a hot minute to really find that balance of what it is that you truly want in the future. No longer trying to manifest or reenact something from the past, but really, where is it that you're wanting to go? And what type of relationships do you want in your life that will help you to be in alignment with where you are wanting to go? Wow. Okay, so what new opportunities do you have on your path? You have the envy and you have the Three of Cups. Really interesting energy, because I feel like there are people, you have new opportunities, okay, based on how people are perhaps envious of what you are attracting in, the groups of people, the connections that you are wanting. So let's see what we have here. Let's do this. Let's do the envy. Okay, you're getting a new, yeah. Okay, so you have the Ten of Swords on the bottom. I think you're ending this energy. Okay, there could be a little bit of, you could have been envious of people that had true connections, okay? Or you could have even been looking at these through rose-colored glasses, okay? You could have been envious. It's almost like they're saying a movie, like you could have been watching, you know, kind of like romantic comedies or something like that, and been really envious of people that were characters in a movie or characters in a book, right? Or even people that you knew, okay, that seemed to have these beautiful connections, and you could have been a little bit envious. Why don't I have that feeling? Even if you had somebody in your life, right? Why don't I have that feeling, right? Why do they get to experience this beautiful energy of love, of true love, right? And I can't seem to bring it in. So here's the thing. What you're recognizing, okay, is that you are stepping into your truth. You're wanting a new, fresh start where you are attracting in people that are more in alignment with who you are now. You're the Six of Wands, right? Finding victory in your life. It's about understanding that, you know, you could have in the past really kind of celebrated or wanted to celebrate love, Ten of Cups type of energy, right? And yet at the same time, you were thinking that love was had a certain look to it. Okay, let's put it that way. It's kind of like you thought love maybe had to look a certain way. It's almost as if you are breaking down the facade of love and understanding the emotional connection of love. That it's not, I feel, look at this. And then the Two of Cups, the Judgment. Really making a judgment call about what love truly is. Wow. I mean, this is beautiful, because I think for a long time, you have been attracting in perhaps, or going on dates, or even having connections in your life. But you kept thinking, oh, this has to be my Ten of Cups, but it kept being disappointing. Maybe not truly heartbreaking, right? But it didn't have that Ten of Cups energy. There was this, oh my goodness, why don't I have this? I think you kept trying for this, okay, in different ways. You know, this could have been business connections, romantic connections, family, friend connections. And it's kind of like, because it wasn't truly in alignment with where you are going. It's kind of like looking at a movie, okay? And the characters on the screen, first of all, are not real, right? And second of all, it's kind of like this energy of you are an individual. You are different than the characters on the screen, the characters in the book, the people that live down the street that you think have this connection. And I also feel like there's almost this romanticized energy about what love is. And what you're recognizing is, okay, love is a lot of things. Love is also overcoming the obstacles in a relationship. It's not just all of the beautifulness of a relationship that's on the screen, or perhaps these people that live down the street that look like they have this perfect relationship, but what you don't understand is what goes behind closed doors, right? You're not privy to that. What you're understanding is that there has been perhaps a facade that you have put around relationships, right? Thinking that the facade would allow you to feel this intense energy of being 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, right? You thought that if you had it, if it looked a certain way, right, it would also have the feeling that you were expecting the people down the street or the people on the screen or the people in the book were also experiencing. Now what you're recognizing is, okay, wait a minute, that's all smoke and mirrors. That is all smoke and mirrors. I think what you're understanding is that is smoke and mirrors. It's time to go after true love. It's time to go after what is in alignment with what you want, and not what Hollywood may say is romance, right? Or what society may say is romance. What do you think is romance? What do you think is a good connection? What do you value in a connection? What do you value in the type of person that you're trying to attract in, and the type of energy you want to give to a connection? Because let's see, how do you fuel this passion? Once you figure out, okay, where you're coming into alignment and what it is that you're wanting, wow, it's about expressing your love. It's about really stepping into this bright joy of not comparing, perhaps. You know, this envy card is a little bit about comparing what maybe other people have or characters have to what you have. And it's kind of like, okay, what is good for me? I want to love myself enough that I want to have this feeling of love, but I want it to be genuine. I want to have that feeling, right? And understanding I can't have that feeling if I'm trying to almost like, I don't want to say copy, but model, use a movie as a model, use a novel as a model, use, whatever as a model. In other words, it's about getting authentic with yourself about what it is that you really want to experience in love. It could be, right? The movie ends and the romantic couple is walking down the beach, holding hands. The sun is setting, glistening on the beautiful ocean water, and you could feel like, oh my goodness, in that moment, that is just bliss, right? That is the experience that I want to have. But understanding that if you are in that setting, but you're not in that setting with somebody that's in alignment with you, heart to heart, all of that is just a facade. You could be holding hands with somebody, right? And they could have the look, okay, that you have the backdrop look, okay? But if there's no heart connection there, it doesn't matter. It's all a facade. It looks good, but it doesn't feel good. And I feel like that's where you're coming from. You're understanding that you may have had some experiences, okay, where you were in a beautiful setting like that, but there was no real connection. And you could even, I wouldn't be surprised if over the next 6 months, you may have some further insight about that, about, maybe it's really about when you're in the grocery store and, you're with your special someone, okay, and you're in the grocery store doing some mundane grocery store thing, right? And you're on the cereal aisle, and one of you picks up the cereal box, right? And for some reason it bursts open and cereal falls all over the ground, and the two of you just start cracking up, right? It's kind of like, whoa, how did that happen? And then, maybe one of you is slipping on the cereal, or you're trying to pick it up and you just start laughing, right? That is a moment. It's in the grocery store. There's no sun setting, right? Maybe you weren't even holding hands in the grocery store, but it's understanding, oh my goodness, we're having this connection. We're laughing. We're enjoying each other. And that is what you are wanting to experience. Wow. Just a beautiful energy of recognizing what really matters in, if you're walking on the beach with somebody and they don't think your jokes are funny, okay, that's always my test. If they don't think your jokes are funny, okay, it doesn't matter how beautiful that sunset is, how wonderful that person is or something. It's kind of like, if they're not laughing at your jokes, it's probably not the person. But if you're in the grocery store and you can laugh at the littlest things, right? It's almost as if, oh my goodness, there's the connection. Yeah, you're overcoming your fears of expressing your love, of understanding it's more than what it looks like. Yeah. It's a beautiful energy. Wow. I mean, Libra, I think that this is like you're ascending to a new level of love that you may have never experienced. And where are you in 3 months? Okay, walking away, happy family, happy home. I think you're walking away from what you initially may have thought, especially since 2008, okay? What you thought was your happy family, happy home, your idea of that. You're understanding that, okay, do I have to live in this mansion, or what happens if we live in a little hut? It doesn't matter, because what you're recognizing, it's the connection. It's the energy of the connection. It's not what is around in the 3D. It's about who you're with and not what it all looks like. Yeah. Understanding that, I do feel like you have been kind of a little bit attached, to wanting to celebrate something that wasn't a real. The Knight of Swords is kind of like a determined energy. We have the Three of Cups a couple of times. You could have been drawing in third-party situations, whether you realized it or not. There's almost this energy where if you're in third-party situations, what you realize is that the other person, okay, that you're in a third party, whether you realized it was a third party or not, the other person was not really committed to you, right? Truly attached to you. You may have kind of convinced yourself, but when there's 3 people in the situation, right? It's hard. It's hard to have their undeniable energy, right? And so I feel like that's what you're detaching yourself from. You're saying, no, I'm not having that anymore. I'm detaching myself from what I thought was a happy family, happy home, and moving in this direction of, I've got to find something that's really good for me, even if it doesn't look the way that I initially thought love would look. Wow. And especially since 2008. And then in 6 months, look at this. You're attracting in that person. The 10 of Pentacles, the blossoming abundance. I feel like you're really attracting in, because we have the Ace of Cups, the 9 of Cups, the 6 of Wands, right? Something starts out really small and it grows into the 9 of Cups. And it's because you're really going after what is going to give you that feeling that you haven't been able to experience for one reason or another. It's about, I guess it's kind of like taking off the rose-colored glasses, right? And kind of like looking at love in a new way. Ace of Cups, Hanged Man, 10 of Swords. Wow. Yeah, I feel like you're understanding. I'm not I think for some of you, you may have gotten into situations that could have even been third party. But what you're understanding is I'm setting myself up for failure when I enter relationships that are not based in alignment with who I am and who I want to become, right? And it's understanding, okay, if I recognize that, I'm going to stop manifesting that or attracting that in because I'm becoming more aligned with what is balanced for me, what is in true alignment with what it is that I want. Appreciating, okay? Appreciating what you have to offer to love, and also standing up for yourself, knowing that you're not going to manifest anything, right, that doesn't appreciate you, that doesn't have that feeling to it. Once again, you know? Yeah, really kind of an interesting energy there. All right, let's pull a soul truth card for you. And Libra, I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. So let's see what we have here. What passion am I ready to pursue? What passions will continuously lead you? Your passions will continuously lead you to your purpose. What passions have you put to the side, given up on, or buried? What passion is ready to come alive in you? Okay, I feel like for some of you, Libra, I think that you have said perhaps that you wanted love or these deep connections, and yet at the same time, your heart had been broken, right? And you weren't quite yet ready to step into this energy of finding who you truly are and waiting, okay, to attract in what it is that you really wanted. So, you know, when we attract in third parties, and third parties doesn't have to be another person. It can be, you know, it can be somebody is also very attached to their work or to their hobbies or to substances, right? It's almost like this energy of recognizing, okay, I want somebody that is also independent, right? Somebody that isn't attached to their work or attached to a certain lifestyle or attached to some type of, you know, substance or something like that, or attached to another person. What you're looking for now, you're understanding that the only way you can find balance and true love in your relationships is if you attract in people that are ready to commit to another person, that don't have anything else going on, and also recognizing that you also have to be that. To attract in somebody that is willing to give you that connection that you are desiring, you also have to be uncommitted to other things and people. Wow, really beautiful energy there. All right, Libra. Well, I'm going to leave it there. I really appreciate all of your support through liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.